My bad, chat. Sorry about that. Did not mean for that to come up here. I apologize about that. So we are back. I don't know what happened there. There was some kind of technical issue there, chat. Trying to get this off the screen. Give me a second here. Don't know what's happening here. Very weird that this is up here. Oh man, we might have to call tech support here to get this off. I'm not sure. But never fear, we are back, chat. We are back. That is correct, Amondo. It is Friday. You know the vibes. Oh man, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Oh man, good morning, good morning, good morning. Who do we have? Who do we have, chat? Who do we have in the building? We know we got to shout you out. I mean, if you are one of the first people in the stream, DMONEY's gonna shout you out. I don't know about anybody else, but you got Pips on life. Comrade 702, what up? Ski Bomb, what up? Where's DMONEY? We are here and we are in the building. That is correct, Amondo. So, Jewish Merchant, good morning. Lady Gray, good morning. DMONEY, hey, good morning. How are you? Kelly, what up? You know the vibes. So, Ginger is in the house. She's in the chat. So, Brave Day. That is right. Once again, L7 Trader. Comrade said Diddy Dukes. Oh, man. Big Brawley. Oh, that's hot. Yeah. Big Brawley, we know that that's your cup of tea, sir. So we know how you get down. So, and we may make no mistake about it. We will quickly give you a timeout just for good measure here. We want to keep you under control here, sir, at the start of the stream. So there it is. Big Brawley has a 1 minute timeout, guys, for interrupting us here. You know how he gets. So we can't let him get all willy nilly around here, chat. Because we know that he's going to try to take over the show, and we can't let that happen. So there it is. He got the first time out of the day. It's only 9:07. That is correct. So, oh, man. It's crazy. Been a minute. Had to take a month break and recalibrate. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So, there's nothing wrong with that at all. He's moving on to Denny Dukes. I hope so. It's been a rough ride with Big Brawley, chat, right? Borderline harassment around here. So PW loves it. So, but I don't think it's funny at all. So there it is. We gave him a quick timeout, but we are back, chat. And it's Friday. Gotta see if we can make some money around here. I mean, that's the goal. So as always, got a price right now sitting here, 29,812, chat. So yesterday's daily candle, sitting here. Pretty bullish, but I mean, is this a double top? Right? Because we all know that we've been stuck in this range. So the question is, which we don't know yet, but is this some kind of double top and we kind of sell off from here back to the downside, right? Like, I don't know, chat. I don't know yet. But I mean, clearly we've had a rejection the last time we were kind of up here around 30,000, right? We had to sell off back to the downside. So need to be a little cautious here. I don't know yet. We know that we had a bullish pin bar kind of closure here a couple days back, kind of resulted in that bullish candle yesterday. Now we need to see if we get continuation to the upside, because I do think if we break the highs, if we can stay above 30,000, I think we make an attempt to get up here to about 30,500 or so. So that's how you would have to kind of play that, I think, right? So that's the bullish kind of thought process, chat. If the bullish momentum continues, if we kind of sell back off, well, I think you would have to target the lows down here to kind of get revisited. That's just what it is. So a little interesting here, right? I mean, I think it can go either way today. So we will find out. You can kind of see on the 4-hour chart, you've had basically just a range, and every time we kind of get up to the top of the range, we sell back off to the bottom of the range. So we will see how this plays today. So you got Apex accounts right now, chat, 90% off using the code PW. We got you covered with a 5-pack. It's cheap as $19 per account, right? You can get 5 trailing drawdown 50K accounts for $95, which is cray with little Ray using the code PW. It is not a $150 activation fee. So it's actually $79 activation fee for the trailing drawdown accounts per account. So that is not correct, Amondo, sir. So you got to make sure at least spit the accurate information if you're going to talk about pricing around here. You got to be accurate. So you got activation on a trailing drawdown account, 50K for $79. So you're basically all in for about $98 on a 50K account. Maybe you're talking about the larger accounts, but not the 50K. Correct it. Yeah, but you might be talking about the larger accounts though. I don't know, right? Maybe you're talking about the larger account sizes, but I'm just, I'm giving you kind of run out on a 50K account, so. It's actually 59 right now in all sizes. Is that what it is now? Somebody's saying that it's $59, chat. Yesterday's email. Yeah, let me double check. See, that's what I'm saying. So let me because if that's the case, I mean, you're technically all in for basically $78 on a 50K account. Yeah, 59. Yeah, that's great with Lil Ray chat. Yeah, you got to be honest on that. So $59. That is crazy, to be honest. So take advantage. Use the code PW, and you can get all in for as cheap as basically $78 on a 50K. I mean, I'm just saying. You got to love that. So just take a look. 59 is correct. I just paid it a few minutes ago. Gotcha. Yep. So there it is. We got clarification there, guys. So even cheaper. Yeah, I see it, Tim. I see it. Yeah. Where did the 250K account go? Yeah, that was a limited time. I don't know if it's still there, but it was. Basically, it's at the top, like when you go in to try to purchase the accounts, it's at the top by itself because you can't do a 5-pack on it, right? So it's literally, it was at the top as an option for the 250K legacy account. That was a limited time. Yep. So yeah, I see that. Yeah, they changed it. Yep, 59. Yep. So, yeah, I mean, that's a crazy deal, chat. I know some people feel some type of way, but the reality is I've posted multiple payouts recently from Apex. So let me check this real quick. Give me a second here, guys. It's now 14, right? Prices is kind of sitting at 29,809. And like I said, I don't know if we kind of sell off to the downside or if we're going to push higher. I guess it remains to be seen, chat, right? We'll try to capitalize either way. 59, nice. I just passed 10 evals yesterday. Congrats. I'm gonna drop a poll, guys, and let you do the. Somebody said do a pool. Oh man, you gotta love it. But yeah, we're gonna drop a poll here and see what you guys are thinking in regards to market up or down. Chat, as always, right? We got to keep the polls alive. We can't not do the poll. So we got a poll coming here. See what you guys are thinking. All right, just drop the poll, chat. Get your vote in here. We got to see how you guys are feeling, kind of going into market open. So we got some time. We got less than 15 minutes here, but we got some time to kind of let this thing kind of play out. See if it picks a direction. See something real quick here, chat. Lost my job this week. So Stock Murphy, you're like, are you being serious? Because a couple days ago you said you were gonna quit your job to trade full time with DMONEY. So, like, are you serious or are you joking? It's a little early to be hitting us with the sad news there, sir. Apex 90% off only on intraday trailing drawdown. No, it's up to 90% off on all accounts. So you're serious? You were an accountant. You were an accountant contractor. Yeah, sorry to hear that. DMONEY has a good memory. LOL. Oh yeah, I definitely got a good memory, chat. Make no mistake about it. So. Yeah, I mean, hey man, you'll bounce back, right? So best wishes to you. Hopefully you find something else quick. I need 160 to pass my first ever eval. Wish me luck. Hey, I definitely wish you luck. Hopefully you get it today. So are you watching Spain versus Belgium today? Yeah, possibility. A little upset that Coco Gauff. Every time, Chad, it's like, you know, this is the furthest, you know, obviously she got eliminated, you know, in the Wimbledon semi finals, right? So, but I mean, hey, she's 22 years old. She made $900,000 for advancing to the semi finals. So you can't feel too bad for her, right, at 22 years old. So, but it's just like frustrating. You're like, man, like, you know, you can't. It's like frustrating sometimes, chat. If you watch sports, you know, like I like all kind of, I watch everything, chat. The only thing I don't really watch, I haven't really gotten to, because I just started, I'll be honest, I just started kind of getting into soccer. I kind of talked about that the other day, and with the whole World Cup thing. So now I'm like addicted to it, chat. Now I want to watch more. I'm definitely going to hit up, you know, some messy matches here. Obviously, they play here in South Florida, so don't really watch. I mean, I watch baseball like in the playoffs because there's like 1,000 games, so it's like too many games. Too many games in the regular season for baseball, chat. DMONEY, what EMAs do you use? Yeah, 14, 50, and 200 EMA. Let me drop that in there real quick. We're just kind of getting ready for market open, chat. Get your results, get your poll votes in here. To be honest, I think this thing can go either way. I just dropped the EMAs in the chat, 1450, 200. PW back next week, D. Yeah, he'll be back at some point next week. I know that. So right now, PW is in a fishing tournament, chat, right, in Hawaii. So yesterday, today, and then I think a couple days next week. So I'll be rocking out in the morning. I think at least 2 days next week or so, right? Just kind of stay tuned to the channel. But yeah, PW is actually in a fishing tournament right now in Hawaii. So typically when he goes has those tournaments or a race, obviously I stream typically the AM session. So, but he'll be back at some point next week. What up, DMONEY? Hey, what up? So, yeah, I mean, we'll see how this thing kind of plays. Chat, I mean, that's just what it is, right? We got levels kind of talked about. So I am going to map out while we kind of wait for this thing. We get a little closer to market open. I got to map out yesterday's daily candle high and low to make sure that it's, just for reference here, as always, got to stay true to that. So yesterday's high, 29,993.50. So 993.50 was yesterday's high. Yeah, yesterday's low, 29,395. So we're kind of like, we're inside of yesterday's daily candle range. Now, is that going to be an issue? Maybe, right? Because a lot of times when that happens, you get consolidation, chat. So that's your daily candle high and low mapped out. We have that on a chart. Obviously, typically, somebody wanted to know what time frame I trade on. Yeah, I typically place trades on the 5-minute chart, kind of mapping out some of these higher time frames, support and resistance levels, whatever you want to call them, and then going down to the 5-minute chart looking for, momentum in the market to kind of join the party in that direction. I don't really care, what direction, chat. You can kind of see right now on the 5-minute chart, is this a W pattern kind of forming right off the lows down here, off the highs, right? You got the highs at 29,887, had a sell-off, push back up, retracement. Do we get another push back up here, guys? If that's the case, we're headed above 29,000, back to 30,000 or so, right? So I am kind of watching that as well. So you got a couple scenarios kind of going into the market open. And I think we, try to follow price action. That's just what it is. Do you mark out levels? Do you mark out levels every day? Yeah, I map out the daily high and low from the previous day, every day, at the start of the session. And because you need to, in my opinion, you need to kind of know if we kind of expand it above the previous daily candle high or kind of drop below it, right? And in this scenario, we are still within the range of the daily candle from yesterday. So doesn't mean we can't push higher, doesn't mean we can't drop lower, right? But I think it kind of gives you context as you get closer to the market kind of opening up and trying to pick a direction, possibly. So we'll see. PW is fishing. We just thought that we literally just said that. So I'm going to put that in the chat. Got people probably weren't here yesterday. They didn't know. So he's in a fishing tournament in Hawaii. So he'll be back at some point next week, guys. So today's schedule, same as yesterday, chat. I will be rocking out here to 12:30, come back at 2 o'clock with Denny Dollars. Make no mistake about it. So we got you covered for the afternoon show as well. Tim, is Denny wearing the overalls today? Yeah, I know. I don't think I think we just got to get Ginger to wear them, right? Or not wear them. We got to get Ginger to order them. Ginger's probably like, what? So we got to get Ginger to just order them, chat, and like, you know, get them embroidered with the BDH on them and have him wear, have him. He got to rock them. That's it. Tell him it's mandatory or something. Have PW tell him it's mandatory. Time frame wise, do you like afternoon more than morning? Not necessarily. You get typically more volatility in the morning, so you obviously want to chase the volatility, right? You're a momentum trader. You want to try to follow the momentum in the market. But sometimes that occurs in the morning. Sometimes that occurs in the afternoon. Sometimes that occurs in the Asia session, right? So you don't really know what you're going to get kind of starting off the session until the session gets going. So that's all it is. Fun, John, leave Gingy out of this. No, we got to have Ginger order it. Put it on the company card. Get him some overalls and rock this thing out. Let him rock it out. So you got we'll give you another minute or so for the poll, chat. So get your votes in right now. Just kind of give you a quick update. 50% feel like we're going to pump. 28% feeling like we're going to dump. And you got 22% saying flip a coin. They don't know, right? Can kind of go either way. So we got a pretty good sample size, 800 votes at the moment. So we'll give you about a minute or so to get the final votes in. 3-pack of overalls. Oh man, you gotta love it, chat. We're getting ready. It is Friday. And I don't have my daughter this weekend, chat. It's been a long because I had my daughter basically 4th of July weekend, and there was no daycare on Friday, obviously. So had her, I think that just based off the rotation, I've had her the last 5 out of the last 7 days. No daycare 3 of those days, right? So ready for a little break. So the baby mama has her basically until Monday. So you gotta love it. Send down 300 points more. Yeah, we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Poor child must be confused. No. What are you talking about? How's a child confused? She's with both of us multiple times, basically throughout the whole week, every week. She's nothing to be confused yet. Yeah, like you'll see if you have kids and it doesn't work out. What are you gonna do? Have her stay with one parent and the other parent's not present? That doesn't make any sense. So we literally split time with her every week. So how is he confused? That's like crazy. You know what? We're going to give you a timeout just for that. Come on back. Think differently about life. We got to give you a timeout for that, I think. Right, chat? Give them a 10-second timeout. Get them confused. Have them sweating before market open, thinking they might miss it. All right, guys. So we're gonna finalize the poll there. So you will see the results coming out. We're getting ready here. It's already, you got about 30 seconds for market open. Poll just came out, 49% up, 29% down, 22%. Flip a coin. So let's see how this thing plays out here, chat. I think if we get above these highs up here, 880 or so, I think we had 29,000 plus. So back to 30,000, chat. 5 seconds here, getting ready for market open, guys. Push down, maybe form some kind of bottom wick, and then expand out of this thing to the upside. Break these highs, take off, right? If they lose these lows, then there could be more downside in store, chat. So maybe we'll see, right? This is the 5-minute chart we're kind of looking at now. Kind of indecisive 5-minute candle open so far, right? Pop these highs, I think longs are in play, chat, to the upside. For a quick long here, chat. Quick long there. See if we can get a pop here. It's 15 points, guys. 25 points. 35 points. Come on, chat. I think we take that off. I think we take it off, guys. So 35-point pop. There it is. Right away. Kind of rode the momentum to the upside here, guys. Kind of talked you through that. I said if we break the highs, you're looking for more upside. Drop the W in the chat. If you took the long, you got paid. If you faded, you got slayed. So we'll see if we can catch when this candle kind of closes out now, right? I'm going to let it kind of close out. Had a quick 35-point trade there for the W. That is correct, Demondo. You got to love it. Oh, man. All right, so I think this thing is gone, chat. So remember what I said, 29,000 level, because we had a W pattern that needed to kind of play out if we were going to expand higher, and that's basically what's happening, right? If the bulls were in play, you were looking for a W pattern basically to kind of play out. So let's see what happens now. Right? This thing is gone, chat. She gone. She gone. I think that box is gonna get hit. Bottom of the box is 940. And I think 30,000 is going to be in play here. So had a 35-point trade for a long, kind of hopped in on the momentum. You got about a minute, 36 seconds for this candle to kind of play out here. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We got 3,700 people plus rocking out. And I think 30,000 levels is in jeopardy of getting hit pretty quickly here today if the momentum continues to the upside, chat. Had a long and chicken out and closed it. Yeah, well, I mean, that's life in a big city, right? But the good thing is if the momentum is going to continue to the upside, you might have another entry here coming after the close of this 5-minute candle, right? So that's how you got to think about it. So the low of the 5-minute ORB, chat, 29,812.50. So I'm going to start kind of mapping out the 5-minute ORB. Got the low kind of set there, right? Probably a slim chance that we break that low. So that low is probably going to hold. And you just need to kind of map out the high when this candle finalizes out. So we will see how that plays. In about 22 seconds. All right, getting close here to kind of finalizing out, chat. Looks like the high was 921.25. Break that, I think we head higher towards possibly 30,000. So you wanted I mean, I would have loved a basically a bottom wick, a deeper retracement, guys. Kind of down first before heading higher. So kind of waiting for that, I think. Because you only got a point or so on that bottom wick, so that's a little kind of concerning, right? That it, you know, I want it to kind of push down, form a nice kind of bottom wick, and then expand out of this thing to the upside for more continuation. Don't want to get yoked. And there's a pullback. So since when does DMONEY take a trade before ORB? I actually took a trade yesterday because the momentum was bullish. And I literally talked you through that. I do that every so often if the momentum kind of makes sense, right? We were able to pop all the highs that were down there, so I took the long. I think the longs here are in play again here, chat. To the upside here, right? If we can kind of hold that 921 level, I think you're looking for more upside. It needs to hold that level though, so, and stay above it. So if we get back above the ORB high, I think longs are in play here, and you're targeting maybe like 950 or so, guys, to the upside here. So trying another long, see if we get a pop up here. 950 or so, maybe 10-15 points, nothing too crazy here, chat. Don't want to get yoked. We're above the ORB on a breakout, so I got to take that trade, but will we get follow through? Kind of having a hard time here, so not looking too great. Kind of right back inside the ORB. So that looks like a yoke. Probably close that out. And maybe look to re-enter if we get back above the ORB. So kind of like a yoke action. Long wick, top and the bottom, not great. Not much you can do there, right? Waited for the bottom wick to be formed, and they kind of sold it back off to the downside. So got to wait now and be patient. Didn't want to hold that, right? And get yoked basically, because you had a pop above it, they kind of yoked it right back down, guys. So I'm not willing to kind of hold that. If we can get back above 921, I think I'll try another long. They might want to build out some kind of higher low or something. The 1 hour candle, or sorry, the 4 hour candle looks really good off of the 50 EMA. Kind of like, right, all that selling pressure and then the bounce higher. It looks promising, guys, like it's gonna bounce, to be honest. It's just taking a little time, it looks like, to kind of build out. So they might want some kind of higher low kind of establish, and then they take off to the upside. If they can't get back above the ORB, well, I mean, you got your answer, right? So if we can't get back above 921, I think the longs are kind of on ice at the moment, right? You're kind of looking to see if they reject. Simple as that. And right now you are getting a pullback right back down. So pretty strong reaction, right? You kind of hate that when that kind of happens, but what do you do, right? So you take the breakout trade. You had only a few points, and then they pulled it right back inside of the range. Had a high put in at 29,936, and then they yoked that thing right back down. So gotta wait now. 1 hour candle's bullish at the moment, right? I'll say that at the moment it is bullish. So let's see how this plays. Kind of retesting that previous that low, right? The 5-minute ORB low, chat. We're kind of getting a retest here. You know, is this going to be a bullish reaction, or are they going to flush these lows? Looking like they're going to kind of challenge those lows to kind of take them out. Just took out those lows. ORB 5-minute candle just got broken. Yoke right back inside of the box. Remember, we got scenarios kind of mapped out, chat. Both directions, right? So is this going to be a wick like it was yesterday, where we wicked all the way back up, chat? You remember that? If you were rocking out yesterday's stream, they basically wicked it all the way back up. I don't know, right? We gotta wait and kind of find out. But if we lose the ORB, I mean, you're looking at maybe 700s getting tested. So got about 3 minutes left on this current candle. 15-minute ORB is going to finalize, guys. It is bearish. You got a long top wick kind of hanging out there, right? 15-minute chart, but we know that could change. So definitely some yoke kind of like action happening here, chat. Look at the 5-minute chart. It looks very similar to yesterday's kind of. We had a drop, and then you had a long, crazy bottom wick that kind of expanded higher and kind of took out that ORB high. So off the lows. Yeah, this looks like a long, guys, so far, right? Looks like they're kind of forming a long here, but let's see how this plays. Definitely not ideal price action, because we're kind of bouncing back and forth. Shorts felt really good, right? I'm sure people that were short felt really good. They didn't like that retracement. Now the longs, or the bulls, I should say, are kind of scratching their head, trying to figure out if we're going to expand higher back to the upside, kind of yoke some people here. About 47 seconds left for the 15-minute ORB to be set. Either way. All right, so a bit of a stall here. This is the 15-minute candle, chat. I'm just gonna map that out. So that looks, I mean, I would be surprised if they don't try to pop those highs. It's just a little nasty kind of price action here, but I would be surprised if they don't try to kind of push this thing back to the top of the range. We haven't dug into the bottom wick on the candle. On the 15-minute candle, you got the low 29,798 chat ORB low, right? So that's mapped out here, and now we're trying to wait to kind of see if we get some clarification what they want to do. Kind of stuck inside the middle of the range. But you got higher lows. That's the funny part, right? So the last, if you look at the 5-minute candles, you got a bunch of higher lows. Yeah, this thing is looking like they want to push higher, chat. Obviously, right? For long. This took a while, I think. So we're back to the top of the range. If we break that range, guys, I think more upside, right? We need to get back above the ORB high, 921. I think more upside. If we can't, then we could just be in for a bit of a chop for a little bit. This is the 5-minute chart. Got about 2 minutes, 6 seconds left on the candle. Had a long, about 35 points for a winner. Got chopped on the second trade. No follow through. ORB. That trade was a losing trade, right? So we'll see if we can get back above 921. Yeah, you know, because is this a 2-candle pattern? You had to push 2-candle pattern bearish and then expansion higher, right? And if that's the case, you got a lot more upside, I think, towards 30,000. So having a hard time so far. We got over 4,000 people rocking out, chat. So I appreciate the support. Do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to push. 15-minute candle looks bullish. Yeah. All right, there's the break again, guys. So, I mean, do we get chopped again on an ORB breakout? I'm trying to long here, chat. Wow. There it is. At about 15 points. Can they push us higher and not pull all the way back here? Looking for... All right, there's 20 points. I have to take that. Want it more, but it's kind of pulling back again, guys. They don't push here. You had 20 points there. You got to be kidding me. Right back down. So, I mean, what do you do? So you had a 20-point trade. If you took the long, drop the W in the chat. We're right back inside of the ORB again, guys. I think this is probably going to be a retracement to go higher. To be honest, right? We just broke out of the ORB with a momentum candle. So I think you're looking for another entry here. That's all. Listen to me is what you do. Yeah, okay. You just had a 20-point winning trade. You had a 35-point winning trade. You gotta love it, chat. It's like crazy. Yeah, people listen to me is what you do. Okay. Okay. Get them out. Yeah. All right, let's see what else we can get here, guys. I think we go higher. I'm looking for another long in full transparency, guys, because I think this is just a retracement to push up. We've had right, they're playing around with price. That's all it is. I think you know, they push up here for more highs. I think they popped that previous candle high, kind of take off to the upside, guys. So I'm gonna try it. Targeting like 975. If it doesn't work, that's fine. I mean, you had 2 winning trades, so we'll see if we get a momentum push here out of this level. There it is. 15 points. There's 20 points, guys. There it is. 25 points. 30 points. Can we hit TP of 974? You got 35 points there, guys. I think we take that off. There it is. What a banger trade. Another 35-point winning trade. Paulie, where you at? Don't get quiet now, Paulie. So drop the W in the chat. If you took the long, you got paid. If you faded, you got slayed. Use the code PW. We got you covered. That is correct, Amondo. Oh, man. What a crazy kind of open here, guys, right? So you had two 35-point winning trades. You had a 20-point winning trade, and I got chopped on a loser. It is what it is, right? So it's nothing you can do about it, chat, right? They kind of hesitated on the breakout initially, right? I got yoked here on this candle, the 935 candle, and then had to try to join the momentum once we got bullish again. I think we are gonna make an attempt, obviously, that 30,000 level, chat. You gotta acknowledge that 30,000 psychological level. So I think that level is in play here if the momentum obviously continues to the upside, chat. So that's what it is. So do me a solid if you haven't already. Hit the like button, chat. We got 4,100 people tuned into the show. Make no mistake about it. So we had 1,600 likes on yesterday's morning stream. You just had a pretty banging trade there. So if you haven't already, do me a solid. Hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. Paulie, we definitely need you to make sure you give us a like because you were very adamant, sir. Shout out to Tanner, 4,100 across 5 traded 5 accounts. W, hey, you gotta love it. Appreciate the $1.99 tip, sir. You didn't have to do it, but you did, so we appreciate it. Sitting at 993 likes, guys. It's 955, so we're actually kind of we're on pace here for well over 1,500 likes. So don't be shy. Hit the like button if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. You know what to do. PW in the chat. Is he in the chat, guys? Is he in the? Somebody just put that he go fishing, dude. What are you doing here? So I know I posted my EMAs. That was me. That wasn't PW. So I don't see him. I don't see him in the chat. So I think you're probably looking at my posts. Normally he'll post like multiple things in there. So he might pop in though. Who knows? Oh, sorry. Oh no, you don't have to be sorry. Because it's, you don't really know, right? Because it's under his name, because obviously it's, I'm logged into his account, right, for the stream, so that's why it's a little confusing. I get it. So nah, you don't have to apologize for that. Tanner, there it is. There's a $5 tip from Tanner. Make no mistake about it, chat. So the Airbnb is booked for South Beach in September. Maybe I'll get to see the BDH. Hey, you never know. You never know, sir. Is that legal? Is what legal? Me logged into his page to do a stream on his channel? Like, how is that illegal? Are you kidding me? You gotta be kidding me, guys. Like, what are we talking about here? I'm not trading on his accounts. I'm literally logged into YouTube to stream because it's PW's channel, obviously. So what, what are we even talking about here? What is going on with the chat today, chat? There's people in here that are just saying weird stuff already. It's crazy. Oh man. NQ soccer mom. All right, so kind of hanging out here, chat. 29,921. I mean, somebody said, am I trying to short this? No, I'm not. I think this might be another 2 candle pattern kind of forming to push higher, and make no mistake about it. If that's the case, I'm going to get long again after this candle closes out. 5-minute chart. So we'll see how it plays, chat, right? Got some time left. 2 minutes, 19 seconds. You're getting ready for the 1 hour candle to close out as well. Obviously that candle is bullish, chat, and you see the 2 candle pattern on the 1 hour chart. So I do see that there, right? Kind of like the push, 2 candles bearish, and then expansion higher back to the upside. So we'll see. Don't start, chat. Tony, right? I think we go higher, guys. I think there's more upside here. I think to obviously above 30,000. That's what I think is going to happen. But does it happen now, or does it happen in the new 1 hour candle? Right? This candle looks good, actually. 5-minute chart. So far was bearish, turned bullish. Got about 60 seconds left. What strategy is the only one I really need to learn? Which strategies don't I would say trading price action, momentum trading, to be honest. Because nothing else is going to give you the results, right? If you don't know price action, you can't trade momentum, in my opinion. That's just my opinion, guys, right? Price action trading is what you need to learn because it's real time. It's not a lagging indicator. It's a real-time kind of indicator, right? Because you're literally trading what's in front of you. You gotta kind of, I think, learn how to trade that. Doesn't mean that obviously the price isn't trending every day. Price isn't going to give you momentum trades every day. Sometimes the price is stuck in a range, right? Nothing you can do about that. But all right, so do we get a pop-up here, guys? Is this a 2 candle pattern, bearish, push down, form a bottom wick, and then we expand higher for a long? I think it's worth honestly a shot, and you're looking for those previous candle highs to possibly get broken, guys, to the upside, right? So you can play it one of two ways. You can wait for the break of 955 to get long, kind of ride this thing up, because if it breaks this low, you don't want to obviously be long right now. Or you get long now and put your stop below 904 and let it ride to the upside, guys. Which one, what kind of trader are you, right? I think that's the question you got to decide. And this is a new 1 hour candle, so. If they break that low, maybe they want, you know, if they break this low, maybe they want a lower high, guys, before going higher. But I think the thought process is you still have to be kind of leaning towards longs. I think above 930 area, guys, you're looking possibly for a long, right? And then you're trying to ride it up to the upside here for a pop. And it just did it, guys. Literally just did it. Was up about 15 points. Trying to target up here like 962, guys. About 30 points or so on a pop. All right, there's 15 points. Might have to take that off. If they don't push. Got 15 points there, guys. All right. There is right at 20 points. If you took the long, drop the W in the chat. Want a 20-point trade here, chat, to be honest, at least. And there's 20 points. So, hey, I mean, there it is. There it is, chat. Over 20 points, 25 points. You got to love it. Do we hit TP here? We came so close. Come on. We got to take that off, guys. Right at 30 points. Oh, man, you got to love it, guys. How funny, right? They kind of hesitated there. So that was a play. Talked you through it. Told you where I wanted to get long. Got long at 931. Almost a 30-point trade, so. If you took it, drop the W in the chat. You got paid. If you faded, you got slayed. Use the code PW. We still got you covered. Oh, man. I'm up 9,000 today. I'm locking out. Hey, that's probably a good idea. So, I mean, that's probably a good idea. So, that's probably a smart idea here. I mean, you've had, come on, chat. You've had, I think, 3 trades that were over 30 points here. So, it's only 10:04. You had I think a 20-point trade you could have took. So, yeah. Just passed my first eval with that trade. Hey, nice. Congrats. I'm happy for you. Somebody had a question about dollar cost averaging. They don't understand why I said that I'm not good at dollar cost averaging, because, to be honest, typically you're losing, and you're typically losing trades, and you're averaging in. And a lot of times, unfortunately, you are averaging in because you don't want to be wrong, but the price action might be telling you that you're wrong, and you're just adding to add, if that makes any sense. There's smart dollar cost averaging, and there's actually, you don't want to be wrong, dollar cost averaging. You got to be honest with yourself. And I'm not great because I'm not great at it, right? I said that yesterday, and I don't have an issue saying that because you got to know yourself as a trader. I think we push higher here, guys. I think they try to pop those highs above 968 or so, up to 30,000 possibly here. Got another lower high put in on the 5-minute chart. So there's nothing at the moment saying to get short, in my opinion. Right? If we start breaking these lows, I think then that could change, right? If we get back below 900. But if we stay above basically like 914 and we don't break this low down here at 904, I think you still have to be looking for longs, in my opinion. So that's just my take, chat, on it. Everybody's different. I'm not here to knock anybody's trading style. I've talked about that multiple times, right? I'm not that streamer to try to knock somebody's trading style. But I do know that for me as a trader, I don't have great success DCA in. So who's going to win this battle, right, chat? Like, that's what you're kind of looking for now. Who's going to win this battle up here? Bulls or the Bears? Somebody said they hate this chop zone. Yeah. And that's clearly what we're kind of doing now, right? You can kind of see it. So you don't want us to break that previous low, though, on the 5-minute chart. If we lose that, I think, you know, like I said earlier, more downside. So got to see how this plays. We're early in the 1-hour candle, chat. Just opened up. All right, it's only 10:07, so you got a ton of time left. Uh, 540. What did they say? Somebody said not a signal service. Yeah, we're not a signal service. We don't tell you to hit buy or sell. Right. So if there's a delay on YouTube, it's normally a few seconds. There's nothing that we can do about that. That's every live stream out there. Right. So the reality is you're gonna have to kind of do some work on your end, right? As far as trying to decipher what you think is a good setup or not, and whether you take obviously the trade or not, right? That's just what it is. But we don't tell you to buy or sell. We're not licensed to do that, so we can't do that. Pushing right back up here, chat. Yeah. Longs are looking like the move here, guys. Like they're going to push higher now. They formed that bottom wick, and I think we pop these highs now, trying to head up to 30,000, chat, for a possible long. That's what it's looking like, to be honest, right? It might take a little while, but it feels like we're trying to go higher, right? So kind of building out those wicks, and then you get the expansion to the upside here. You're getting deep retracements, but could be an entry kind of point, right? Buyers trying to get to 30K. Yeah, it looks like that's what I'm saying, chat, right? It looks like we're trying to kind of inch higher. The thing now is, it's like, you know, if you trade momentum, it's kind of, it's a slow grind, it feels like, right? Like they're kind of slow grinding this thing up. They're not kind of expanding it rapidly up. So, but it looks like a slow grind to the upside. So you're almost trying to get in on the retracements down, trying to ride it back up, chat, for new highs, if that makes any sense. Trying to get in on the previous candle's wicks, trying to anticipate there's going to be like a bounce for more upside. Trying to ride it. Because if not, then you run the risk of honestly getting chopped. Kind of bounce, it keeps bouncing back and forth between like 933 and like 950 area on this 5-minute candle. The 15-minute candle is bullish, right? You got 2 minutes 32 seconds left, chat. But see how like the previous 5-minute candle had that push down, long wick, push back up. So you're anticipating this candle to try to do something similar and eventually expand out of this area. I'm trying to long here, guys. I'm in a long here. Trying to see if we get an expansion to the upside, right? Out of this level. Maybe 20 points or so. Seeing if we can break these highs. So maybe like 970, chat. If they can get it going. Bit of a chop fest though, so. Right back down. Stop would basically be back below this low. You don't want this thing to kind of come back down on you, right? If it comes back, so be it. Not gonna let this thing kind of. I need it to expand higher, guys, not take out the low of the current candle. Had a few points and kind of pull back. So let's see if they can expand it higher. They're gonna just play around here. So 15-minute candle's trying, but literally going nowhere now. Yeah. See, I tried to play it as a wick trade. You had a few points, and so far no follow through. 1 hour chart, it's looking a little weak here, to be honest. Now, after that high was put in, so we could be in for a bit of chop here, guys. If it doesn't take off here, we could be in for a chop fest. So because in theory, this thing should have probably kind of already expanded and put in new highs. So that might be it for the short term, right? For the bullish kind of thesis here, to be honest. Might be it. Yeah, looking like I'm gonna get stopped. Yep, there it is. So got stopped out there. That's fine. No follow through, basically, right? That's what it is, because you might get a decent sized drop here. We're definitely ranging. So a couple losing trades. Had I don't even know, maybe 4 winners, a couple losers. You guys know better than me in the chat. So but no follow through there, and maybe this low of 907 was the better entry, right? Like, or closer to 907 would have been the better entry, guys, but I wasn't going to give it more than that. I felt that it should have went already, right? But we're clearly kind of consolidating up here between 960 and 913. So I have to kind of see who wins this battle. Had a few points and didn't take it off. Wanted more. Felt that we could pop basically those previous candles highs up there, and at the moment we could not. So and we're barely below the ORB. But, you know, do we bounce? Back up once again. Right back up. Kind of straight up chop zone here. And I think we go now, got like what a crazy like what is this? Looks like a long. Could be kind of stepping in now. Nasty chart though, chat, right? Because like all these wicks, you're not getting a ton of follow through. You're getting a wick off the 14, that's for sure. We're kind of wicking off 910, so that's the range, right? That 910. Let me take this off up here real quick. Kind of keep having a bullish reaction off 910. So this is the range, chat. You map it off. You go down to the lower time frame, you probably can see it. Yep, see? We're barcoding, guys. We're barcoding right now, so we need to break this range for more clarity, I think. Hitting overnight high. Yeah. Somebody said they grabbed shorts. Nice. Problem is, like, are you going to get follow through, or they're going to yoke you, right? But we couldn't go higher. So you could get some downside. Who knows? We got to wait and find out. But I know NQ loves to yoke, and then all of a sudden you're back inside the range, right? So kind of blowing some people's accounts, thinking that it's time to get short, and then they're like, nope, gotcha. But I mean, we couldn't go higher, right? We have not been able to kind of pop these previous highs, so that could be the move. Gotta wait and see. You definitely don't want us back. I'll say this: you don't want us back up here above 950 though, right? That would be a little scary, I think, for the shorts. You need this thing to kind of get back below 889, I think, for a short. That would be, I think, appetizing here, guys. Yep. All right, so we broke out of that little consolidation, kind of hanging out right below the 14 EMA. More downside could be to come now, Chad. I think so, right? So you could be targeting 857 here for a short opportunity on the breakout to the downside, guys, because we could not go higher. So in theory, I think the shorts are the play here for a quick opportunity to that 50 EMA on a flush. Got 10 points. Can we get more to the downside? There's almost 15 points. There's 15 points. There's over 20 points, guys. Can we hit TP? There it is. There it is. You gotta love it. So yeah, hey, I mean, we just had to pivot because we did not get the breakout to the upside. Took the short, got paid over 20 points. So if you took it, drop the W in the chat. And make sure you hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. We just out here trying to make a little monies. Give me 1 second, chat. Oh, man. Well, looking like more downside here. Yeah, we see the turds, guys. I did not drop the doobie here. I actually had to pop the Invisalign back in. Make no mistake about it. You can't drink Red Bull with the Invisalign in, chat. So I had to pop the Invisalign right back in. Make no mistake about it. So we are back in full effect. Oh, man. Kind of bears are stepping in here with aggression. Why I drink everything with it? Because so if you drink anything with sugar, it's other than water. You're allowed to drink water with Invisalign, but you can't drink. They don't want you drinking like sugary drinks because it could like I guess corrode the Invisalign, and it can like if it gets in between. And you're kind of putting all that sugar and stuff is like literally pressing against your teeth. It can cause corrosion, cavities, all that stuff. So, and the acid. Yep, exactly. So, that's the thing. So you can't drink. You can drink water though, right? Water is no issue. You should rinse your mouth. Exactly. That's what I just did. That's what I'm saying. So, trust me. That's what I just did. That was fast. Did you poo? Stated. Oh, man. I didn't poo. I was actually putting a Invisalign in. Make no mistake about it. We're back in the game. So. Do we push? Yeah. So the thing is, maybe, I mean, you got to wait and see now, right? If we kind of start popping. So the thing is, chat, when you get these retracements, you're trying to see if we pop previous candles highs. And there it is. I mean, what a crazy move right back up, chat. This market's crazy. So there's your answer. We're headed higher, chat. Make no mistake about it. What a crazy kind of recovery for the bulls. You popped that previous candle high, so you got back above 912. The funny thing is, guys, like I said this yesterday, the commentary alone sometimes, a lot of times, gets you paid. And yeah, I mean, we're right back up. So that was just... Curious to see how this 1 minute candle or 5 minute candle closes out. Definitely got to be quick on the trigger. On a day like today with this volatility, but we're up $3,800. Make no mistake about it. See what else we can get here. If this candle closes bullish, guys, yeah, I'm targeting the top of the box, 971. Don't say I didn't tell you. Somebody in the chat's going to say it, right? So you'll be targeting 970 or higher. Took out all those sellers. Yep. All right, so let's see what happens here, chat. You got about 20 seconds left on the current 5 minute candle. And we need to see who's going to win this battle. That was quite the bullish reaction right off the 50 EMA 5 minute chart. So can we get a push down, form a bottom wick, and then expand higher, chat, right? That's what I would like. because we got that unconventional candle, right, with the long bottom wick and top wick. So I want some kind of retracement down here somewhere and try to ride it back up, guys. If they push it right away, I mean, straight up, then I may have to enter, but I would have loved the bottom wick first because the previous 2 5-minute candles have a bottom wick. You hate that, right? They're just pushing it right now. I hate that, chat. Gotta try it. I think you gotta try it long. If it gets back above 930, guys, I'm gonna try it long. Try to see if it can kind of pop those previous candles highs. Got a high up here at 942. Can they pop that and then head higher? Maybe up to the top of the box that we got mapped out. But you got to be careful because you do not have a top wick, but it looks like there is some momentum, but you know, you don't want to get faked out, right? So, all right, I'm long here, guys. Put me in here. Entry was 930. Trying to see if we'll get a pop, right, up to these highs. If not, they might want a stronger retracement because we don't have a bottom wick. So I am aware that we don't have a bottom wick on a 5-minute candle, chat. So you need to be aware of that, in my opinion. And I'm not going to give this a ton of room, to be honest. It needs to go, or else I'm going to probably chop it pretty quick. All right, you got 10 points plus, chat. Drop the W's in the chat if you took that. Quick 10-point trade. Trying to see if we'll get more here. At least 15 points for the homies. There it is. There it is. We came right to TP. Did they really not take me out, chat? Did you see that? They did not take me out, guys. Come on. Are you kidding me right now? Are you kidding me right now? There it is. There it is. I mean, hey, we literally talked you through that, chat. You can't say that I didn't tell you. Look at the pullback if you didn't take that profit. What a crazy move here, guy. Look at the, like, what is happening here? She gone, chat. She gone. She gone. She gone. News. Yeah, there had to be a Trump tweet. Something came out, chat. Wow. Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad you took? I hope you took TP because if you did not, you got to use the code PW. You had over 25 points there for a winner, and something just came out. Somebody said they were right. What were you right about? You literally just had a news thing that come on, man. Like, come on, man. We had you had a nice trade there. I'm trying to pull it up to see like what. So, and look at the push right back up, guys, off 681. Are you kidding me? What a crazy... What a crazy kind of reaction here. Trump news. We gotta pull that up, guys. Somebody drop it in here. What was the news? Because I know somebody sees it already. What was the news about? Trump again, ceasefire is over. Oh yeah, here we go. All right, let me check this real quick. Unfortunately, there was a lot of people that probably blew accounts, guys, there, right? So thank God I had the TP in. and got actually stopped out. The crazy thing about it, you guys saw that I got stopped out in profit. I hit my TP over 25 points and then it flushed. So what a crazy, like, kind of session's been kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, chat. My TP was at 954, literally a few points away from that. Yeah, I had it there, right? I mean, you guys saw it. I got kicked out in profit. So what a freaking crazy move. So now you're trying to see if you can capitalize on some of this volatility with the Trump tweet. I would say be smart here, chat. Right? If you got I mean, we've had a ton of trades here. And if you're green, be smart, right? You got a long bottom wick down there. Do we kind of flush lower to the downside here? Back below 798? Have agreed to Iran talks, but United States has stated to them, I'm no uncertain terms, the ceasefire is over. Yeah, this was crazy. You tell the funny part. I mean, I pray that people in the chat took profit if you were in that long, guys. Right? I literally obviously got kicked out. Like, what's the odds, chat, of that? Right? I literally got kicked out in profit. It hit my TP, and then it flushed from the TP 281 points down on a Trump tweet. That's crazy, guys. My trade screen froze. Thank God I was only in one micro. Yeah. The reality is NQ can do that to you at any given moment. Oh, without a doubt. Well, I mean, to a certain degree, right? You know, we don't control the market, but that was obviously a news related kind of knee-jerk reaction, right? So got to see what happens now, chat. Somebody said, look at the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, it's a news. I mean, you can look at it, but we know it's a news-related candle, right? So you know, so now the question is, do we dig into this bottom wick down here and kind of sell back off? That's the question to the downside. Remains to be seen, but we're going to find out. Don't you worry. Kind of rejecting right now at the 14 EMA so far. was not able to put in a higher high at the moment, right? You got a lot of time left on this current 5-minute candle, guys. I know there's a lot of people trying to short this back down, right? Because they're looking like, hey, we had a consolidation box up here. We finally broke out of it on a news candle. Got the retracements to the EMAs, and now we should go lower, right? For more downside, chat. I'm just kind of giving you the commentary here. Kind of dig into this bottom wick. News doesn't change anything. Trump already said it was over. Oh, okay. Well, why do we have the knee-jerk reaction in the market? I was like, are you kidding me right now? I understand what you're saying, but you gotta be a little bit more you gotta admit that we just had a knee-jerk reaction in the market. So why am I subscribed to this channel? I've never subscribed to this. I'm out. Okay. Well, see ya. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. If he did subscribe, who subscribed for you? Jerome? Jerome subscribed you to the channel? It's like crazy, chat. Like, I don't know what's going on today, chat. We've had like some weird like people in the chat. Like, it's like crazy. I don't get it. Like what is going on today? It's like unreal sometimes. I don't know, man. What up, D? Have a fantastic weekend, my good man. Hope you PW is feeling like Aquaman. Yeah, for the fishing tournament. Yeah. Oh man, weird Friday. Yeah, it's like it's kind of strange, chat. Like I don't know like what's going on. Like it's had some strange comments. Not the funny, like, you know, joking around, like people are like joking around, chat. That's, you know, that happens every day, right? I'm saying like there's people legit, like they're being serious. They're not like they weren't joking. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, who subscribed you to the channel then? Like Jerome? I'm like, are you kidding me? What is going on here? Algorithm drop on the news. Yeah, who knows? Matt did. Shout out for the $5 tip. D-Money, why can I not lose money for the life of me? I go short, it goes down. I go long. Yeah, that's what it's a very unique experience that you have to experience yourself, right? When you're trying to lose money on purpose because you're over the consistency rule. It's like whatever you do, the market agrees with you. Like, oh yeah, let me go short. Okay. Right? Let me go long. Okay. And then, yep. Trust me, I've been there. It's crazy. Bo Clips 896 D-Money, I'm serious. I want to share my corn dog with you. Yeah, that's not happening. And Bo 46, you know what? We're gonna give you a 5-minute timeout for the very explicit kind of comment there, sir. Nobody got time for that. So there it is. Hope we get a 100-point trade and you're not here to see it. So he got a 5-minute timeout, guys, for crossing the line here. So being very explicit, it's only 10:44. D-Money does not have time for that. So unreal. Why are you reading that? Yeah, because see what happens, chat, is that there's so many comments here and you just like, you look at the screen and you're reading, right? That's how it happens sometimes. Sometimes they sneak in, and people know that, chat, because they know that you'll just kind of glance over and you'll just start reading some of the comments from the stream, and it happens to be a corn dog comment. So but nevertheless, we got him out of here for 5 minutes. I hope he's sweating, hoping that he's trying to run to another device. try to see if there's a trade set up here. All right, you're getting a bit of a rollover. But is that going to be short-lived? This is that consolidation box, chat. You got 29,903. So that's the level that, you know, we broke out of here to the downside. So you're kind of watching to see if that level holds up. And this would be like some kind of lower high. Because you got like the high up here. And then you're looking for this to be, this was like a higher low. Even though this lower high, right, this was like the news candle, obviously related. And then you're looking here to see if this is another lower high. And then we kind of roll over back to the downside, right? You got 3 minutes and 20 seconds left on this candle, but you have to kind of see how this plays, chat. I think that's the move, to be honest. I think there's more downside kind of creeping in. If we get back below 863 and we close below it, then I think that, you know, you might have an indication here that we're going to attempt to kind of get back to below 800. Couple minutes left on the 5-minute candle, so I think we let it play out. We're getting close to the close of the 1-hour candle, chat, as well. So, believe it or not. So, scheduled today, same as yesterday. So, you got Denny Dollars. We're rocking out this afternoon, 2 to 4, right? So, I'll rock out here today, this morning, chat, obviously from 9 to 12:30. Come back 2 to 4 with Denny Dollars in the house. So, you know the vibes. Same schedule as yesterday. Next week, I will be in the morning on Monday, chat, because you got PW still doing the tournament, right? The fishing tournament in Hawaii. So just a heads up on that. Somebody said they've been short all morning. Oh, okay. Well, hey, D-Money, how do you have days making $3,000 a day? Some days I make 500, and if I keep trading, I give it all back. How do you make a lot of money and not give it back? You got to know when to stop trading, right? So I think the shorts are in play here, guys, to be honest, right? This is looking kind of bearish here, like some kind of lower high setup to go lower. I think we're kind of drifting to go lower. So I might be looking for a short here if this candle kind of closes with a convincing bearish candle on the 5-minute chart. What is his entry? Whose entry? I'm not in the short. So, or are you talking about the person that was shorting all day? He used the code P. That's what I was thinking, to be honest. That I'm like trying to figure out how you were short all day, and we literally had longs on the ORB kind of break to the upside. So this is why you want to typically wait for the candles to close, chat, because you see how we're pushing right back up. This is why it's important to wait for candles to close out, in my opinion. Right? Because it was looking bearish, and then all of a sudden, the last 10, 15 seconds of the candle, NQ said, got him. So, and you got all these higher lows as well, chat, right? You got the low, higher low, higher low, higher low. So not looking for a short right now. If anything, they might be trying to head back to the top of this box, believe it or not, 965. So we'll see. 1 hour candle is crazy bearish. Well, it was bearish, and you're getting this reaction with the wick. So got a 200-point bottom wick, guys. That's crazy, man. All right, well, starting to roll over again. Right back down. Yeah, this is a lot of volatility here, guys. I think 907, you know, kind of rejecting there. So you got to be, this could be just a slow kind of grind in the direction of the momentum, which we know we got the bottom wick there, but they could want to fill that bottom wick in the next 1 hour candle possibly, right? It doesn't mean it has to be filled now. It doesn't mean it has to be filled in the short term. It could, you know, they could kind of prop this thing back up. A lot of times when that news comes out, right, you get the knee-jerk reaction and then they push price the opposite direction. So you got to wait and kind of find out here. So we'll see how it plays, chat. Downside grind, maybe rejections. Yeah, I know. This is a blow up account kind of. Yeah, I think you know, if we start closing below like all 3 EMAs or at least a 50 EMA, I think that's like your answer. That right, they're probably gonna head lower, but you got a lot of wick action right now off the EMAs, chat, and that is a little concerning for the bears, right? Because it's like, yeah, you can get short down here. If you got short at 867, well, unfortunately, you're kind of sitting through, you know, some drawdown right now because they're pushing it right back up. So you need like a solid momentum candle that kind of flushes, I think, these EMAs, and then I think you got your answer, right? That we're probably gonna head lower. I think you got to be smart and kind of let it play out. So getting close to the higher time frame 1 hour candle closing out as well. So we need to see how this thing, I think, closes. Because the thought process is, chat, right, you got to be realistic here. If we're gonna flush lower, well, okay, how much, you know, we got room, right? There's room to this bottom wick of almost 200 points, chat. So there should be room for you to enter to kind of join the party to the downside, if that makes any sense. So I don't think there's a rush. I think you be smart and wait for confirmation. That's all. Do you use Fibonacci retracement? I mean, I have it on my you probably seen the toolbar that I have it up here, but I rarely use that, to be honest. Yeah, see, we're rejecting here, guys. But you want this candle to close like this, right? Not give you the yoke right back the opposite direction. So let's see how this thing kind of finalizes in the next minute and 20 seconds. So that's all. We got about a minute and a half. We'll let this thing kind of ride out. You got Apex 90% off, chat, using the code PW. You know the vibes. You know the vibes. Waiting for this candle to close because we might have a setup here, possibly, to the downside. About 9 seconds. Probably a bear trap, 5-minute bull flag, and I'm in shorts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? So, all right, here we go, guys. So do we get some kind of push up now, form a top wick, and then expand lower, kind of retesting lower 800s? You would almost want that, right? You need some kind of retracement higher, push up, you know, and it's like you got a bottom here. So that's the thing that you don't like either, but you keep seeing these rejections up here around 900. So will they flush it from here, or will they push it all the way back up to 900, and that's the ideal short? So the A plus short is 900 level, guys, but they might flush it from here, right? So you got to be aware of that there's actually kind of like two scenarios. I think the A plus setup is higher for a retracement, but the momentum is kind of pointing to the downside, right? So we already kind of tested those EMAs, and you want selling pressure to kind of creep in here. I think the shorts are the move down to maybe 798, chat. Somebody said they were long from 850. Well, okay. I mean, oh boy. Do we flush 798, guys? Try a quick short for like 10 points or so, right? You had it right away. Can we get to 798? You're gonna yoke it back. Probably for a retracement, guys. Yep. Here's a yoke. All right. Well, you had about 10 points. I'm not gonna hold that, guys. Take the 10-point loser, I think, and try to re-enter a little higher, right? Because I don't want to get yoked down here, to be honest. Had about 10 points, didn't take it. Look at the push right back up. So, like I said, the A plus entry is higher. It is higher, guys. It's literally like closer to 900 level. So I wasn't really, wasn't willing to kind of hold that. If we kind of yoke up here to maybe like 850 or so, maybe I'll look for another short to kind of ride it down, because that's a 50-point kind of range to kind of take. But I'm not going to give it more than 10, gave it about 10 points. And I can see the wick, right? So like, this is why, like, you want like a higher like retracement before going lower, guys, right? And I wanted more points, obviously, right? More than a few points. So it is what it is. I'll wait now for it to kind of, if it can come up here, maybe to like 883 to like 894, I would love that for another short. Now, or you short it here and you put your stop back above 864, right? For a higher short, guys. And your stop is 864 and you're targeting back towards the bottom of the range. I'm going to try that. Yep, there's 15 points. Want at least 20 points here, guys. There's 20 points. There it is. Want a break basically of 806. Can we get it? Or they're going to yoke it right back up? Yeah, they're going to yoke it, it looks like, guys. So, come on. You got 20 points there. Kind of flirting with breaking the bottom of the range. Come on. 806. There's 20 points. I think we take that, guys, because they're probably going to yoke it back up. There it is, right? So, I mean, it is what it is here. Kind of, you're not getting a follow through here. You had 20 points on that trade. Had a 10-point loser before that, so we will take that, chat. Kept the loser small and rejoin on a higher entry. But I think they break 798. If you took that short, drop the W in the chat. Had a 20-point winner. Just kind of seeing what I can get here. I think there's more downside, chat. That's the funny part. I think they collapse below 700. They got to fill that whole wick. I think they fill that bottom wick. I think they're just kind of propping this thing up. You're kind of getting like these retracements, but I think they head lower. You just might have to, you got to anticipate the retracement first. Let me see something here. Kind of having a hard time off the 806 level. Close under intraday VWAP now resistance, y'all. Yeah, I mean, it's bouncing off of basically that 798. And the 798's actually the ORB low, kind of bouncing off that ORB low at the moment. So and you got to remember, this is the open of a new 1 hour candle, chat. So the drop still could come, but they might want to kind of push us up, form some kind of top wick, and then expand lower to the downside, right? As an example. So you got to be a little cautious of that, kind of knowing that the higher time frame candle just kind of opened up and there's some time left on that candle. So, right? But I think we do kind of attempt to kind of go lower, to be honest. I think it's just a matter of time before they kind of drop this thing to the downside. But this is what we're saying. So you got this whole body of the previous 1 hour candle here, chat, to kind of dig into if they want to before kind of, before filling maybe that bottom wick. So need to be a little patient, I think. Right back up off the ORB low. Not surprised so far, right? A lot of time left in the higher time frame candle. So we'll see what happens here, chat. Not wanting to break the 5-minute or 15-minute. Yeah, I know longs, people are LOL. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not really interested in longs. I think any kind of long, chat, is simply a retracement to go lower, if that makes any sense. And then they dropped the hammer, kind of trapped some people that didn't want to kind of stay with the trend overall, which is bearish to the downside, guys. That's my thought process anyway. You know, everybody trades differently. But if the momentum is bearish, I think that's where you kind of lean towards, guys. Anything other than that, you're going to mess around and get chopped. You know, I can play it a couple ways and tell you use the code PW, but I don't think that would be too nice, right? So, yeah, all right. So there it is, right? More downside again, guys. Down to 779 and push right back up. And I think like I said, any kind of bullish kind of push, chat, I think that's just to go lower. So you can't get caught up in, you know, oh, this looks great, you know, for a long, you know, in my opinion, because I've done that myself, right? Any kind of push, I think you're almost trying to look for a short opportunity to go lower. That's just what it is, chat. You will get yoked. Yep, exactly. All right, so there's 788. Like I said, the ORB level just got broken again, the ORB low. And just some kind of wonky kind of price action here. 15-minute candle has a nice bottom wick, kind of expanding, right? We know we got all the way down to 675. If they want to push it lower. I see a reversal, to be honest, short-term reverse. Pawn John, yeah, it could very well. I'm just saying to be careful, because every kind of push up has been retraced right back down, right? So they could want a challenge up here though on a higher time frame. It's still early in the 1 hour candle, right? So they could easily kind of push up and then expand lower. That you're right. That wouldn't surprise me at all, because NQ typically does that, right? So I'd say, and you know, we talk about that all the time. A lot of times you will get pushes to kind of form that top wick on a higher time frame, and then you get the drop to the downside, right? So just be cautious here, chat. You know, because you would really, to be honest, want to see us start popping highs up here, like above 912. I think that would be more, you know, because you want us, if you're a bear, you're kind of watching to see if there's going to be some kind of rejection off the EMAs. If we shoot past these EMAs, like the 870 area, all right, then you're looking at like lower 900s, right? Like 29,911. You're looking to see if that gets popped, and then maybe more continuation higher, right? But you don't want to get stuck here for some kind of lower high, because right now you got a high. This is a lower high. This was another lower high, right? So you don't want to get trapped here for some kind of another lower high, and then we sell back off to the downside, right? So that's why, you know, I think you got to be aware of like what's kind of printing right now on the chart. In the previous 2 hours, made it equal high, Chad. You see it equal high on the 1 hour chart? Yeah. Pretty close, right? Within a couple points. So, but you're just kind of watching. I mean, if you bought off the bottom, I mean, that's great, right? I would just say that now you're starting to kind of watch to see if, like I said a few seconds ago, that you want to see if the bulls are able to hold us above these levels, right? At 870 level, you're looking to see if they can stay above it and kind of print. You definitely, so with lower highs, chat, you would love to see them get taken out. for more continuation, right? Because you don't want to pop, because if you didn't get long down here and you got long up here, let's say you got long at like 850, you're up like 30 points, and you know that 900 level was the rejection level the last time we were kind of at that level, right? So I would just say be mindful of it. Doesn't mean we can't push easily past this. NQ does what it wants, but you can't ignore the structure right now on the chart, right? So you're kind of just being mindful. That's all. Got about 3 minutes 50 seconds left on the 5 minute candle, guys. And what I'm saying is, if you look at, we did swipe the previous candle's low on the 15-minute chart, and we pushed right back up. So now you would love to see some kind of continuation if you're a bull, right? You don't want us to sell back off here and get back below these EMAs. That could be trouble. We got Denny Dollars coming up at 2 o'clock. He will be in the building. We're going to rock out 2 to 4 chat. Make no mistake about it. Just kind of waiting for Price to do his thing here. And we got you covered with the weather report. So the weather report, chat, make no mistake about it. Somebody wanted that yet. They inquired about that in the afternoon session. Unfortunately, they missed that because we did it in the morning session. So the weather report for Fort Lauderdale right now, current temp 90 degrees. The high today, chat, is going to be 92. Looks like the low overnight was 81 degrees. There is still a heat advisory kind of creeping around in South Florida right now. That's effective until 7 p.m. tonight. Looks like there's no rain in the forecast until about 9 o'clock tonight. You got about a 25% chance, chat, of rain kind of creeping in here. So sunset coming up at 8:16, and you are looking at basically sunny skies. Patches of cloudiness out there, it looks like, throughout the day, but overall pretty decent weather for a Friday. So that's your weather forecast, brought to you by the BDH and DMONEY. You gotta love it. It's about to reject back down. Yeah, it might and it might not. I mean, we gotta wait and find out. So if you took the longs here, congrats, right? You had a nice trade either way. So we'll see what it, we'll see now what it does. Very strong though, kind of holding the 14. That's what you want to see if you're a bull, right? We're staying above the 14 EMA. At the moment. Did you drive the G-Wagon today? No, I did not. I had my daughter last night, and the car seat was in the Honda, so I did not drive the G-Wagon today. D-Money, can you trade while on holiday abroad? I have a 50K Lucid funded. Just wondering if you know. A lot of times there's VPN. They kind of, you got to read the rules and see if they allow you to do that or not, right? So you can always reach out to support, because it could be different depending on where you're headed, if that makes any sense. So you need to probably kind of reach out to them, support, and figure out like, hey, I'm headed to this destination. Am I able to trade? So obviously PW trades. He's in Hawaii. He's taking trades. He's right. Costa Rica. He's taking trades. So your prop needs to, you got to abide by their rules as far as destination. So I can't tell you yes or no, because I don't know where you're headed and I don't know the specific prop and all their ins and outs, right? From that standpoint, you need to kind of find out. So yeah, so this is you held the 14, chat, getting a pop here to the upside. Looking good here for the long possible continuation move here. That's what you kind of were looking at, right, as a bull holding the 14 EMA. So that was a nice pop, over 25 points, kind of closed below the above the 14. You got the continuation move to the upside here. Let me draw this box out over here, guys, right? When you draw that out so we know. And remember what we kind of talked about, popping that previous higher low. So yeah, that is the wave. That is the move. She gone. All right, she gone, guys. Pop that high. That's what you're looking for, right? Couple things there. You were looking for the hold of the EMA 875 and the pop of that previous kind of like higher low from 912. So who took longs there, guys? Who caught the longs there? That was a 45-point pop above that previous high. I did 20 points. Still long? Yeah, I don't know if I'll still be long right now, but that's your own. You got to do what you got to do here. So from 90s to 30s, yeah. Because, right, you didn't want the 14 EMA to be a rejection point, chat, right? Because we know that a lot of times you get the rejection off the 14 EMA if we're going to kind of roll back over to the downside. And if the bulls are able to kind of hold that, that's a positive kind of like indication that they could be wanting higher highs, right? So congrats if you grab some of those longs. Funny thing is now, if you look at the 1 hour chart, we're kind of testing the highs of the news candle. Go figure, chat. So the 1 hour candle, the news candle, the high was 966, and we just kind of got up there to like 957, guys. So it'd be crazy if we kind of sell back off from here, right? Like back down. Wouldn't be surprised. Big seller caught at 930s now. D-Money, your insight has been more valuable and informative than any book or YouTube video I've watched. Thank you for the free education. Hey, shout out to Clippy. We appreciate the kind words. Definitely try. So make no mistake about it. I definitely try. I mean, you've had a ton of setups here, guys. You got accounts that are green. Just kind of flip back and forth. Got multiple accounts here that just kind of took advantage of the war, the Iran volatility and like all that, right? So, but I mean, we had some really good trades, right? We've had really good trades here, chat. I know it sucks if you didn't take TP on the long up top, right before that news candle came out, because I got stopped out or I got taken out basically in profit. You guys saw that. It literally kicked me out, hit TP, and then I think almost, I don't want to say instantly, but probably right after that. It felt like it was right after that. You had the Trump kind of news that came out. Cray with Lil Ray Ray. Could you tell which music channel you got in the background? I know I cannot, Fendi, because that is top secret information around here. I can't be having you rocking out with the D-Money playlist. Come on, man. Think I'm gonna tell you my secrets? Think I'm gonna tell you the jams, the connect for the jams? No, I'm just joking. That's Deep Focus Music on YouTube. I just pick random ones. So D-Money's in a Trump circle. He knew when to get out. I mean, the thing is, chat, for me, like, I literally had a TP in. So, you know, the thing is, if you held longer, you know, unfortunately that, you know, you wanted more. And I think I was up, you know, that was over a 25-point trade. So you wanted more on that one. You probably paid for it, right? Because they yoked that thing right back down. So I did catch some of the volatility, obviously, on the Trump kind of news, guys. The bazooka down, kind of switched over real quick on some accounts, right? Got 3 accounts here, up over 3,000. So it is what it is. We'll see what else we can get. I mean, but you've had multiple trades, Chad. You've had multiple. Right, you've had multiple 30-point. I mean, you've had quite a few 30-plus point trades. You had, I think, a 40-point trade or right at it. You know, had a few losers as well, right? Got chopped on a few trades as well, but we definitely had way more winners than losing trades. Only had a few losers. One of the losers was 10 points. All right, I mean, when you guys saw that, I just chopped it. I didn't like the price action because sometimes that's how it is. The news was regarding Iran, that the ceasefire, that's what the news was. Somebody saying that nobody wants to tell them what the news was. We're not hiding it from you. I mean, you can go to Google and pull it up, but it literally was some kind of news in regards to the ceasefire, etc., not being... Is this anymore? So... All right, so price is still trying to expand higher, chat. Looking like they're going to break the top of the box. Make no mistake about it. The bulls are stepping in with aggression here to try to push this thing higher. Will it stay, or will we kind of sell back off to the downside? I don't know, but remains to be seen. As in basically saying that because this was a resistance area the last time we were kind of up here, right? We sold back off to the downside, chat, but there's a lot of kind of strength right now, kind of pushing this thing, right? The bulls are kind of stepping in with aggression. Current 1 hour candle is extremely bullish. Looking like they want to try to push higher. So at the moment, just hit my profit target for another funded account, locked out for the day on all 5 accounts. Nice. Steely, I'm happy for you. Stay above 930s. He's in pain. We spike. Yeah, possibly. I mean, at 921, keep in mind is the ORB, so you're kind of looking at that level, right? and there's the break. So just tap, basically pierced through the top of the range. Did all that, guys, right? News candle and everything. Came down to 776 just to go all the way back up and pierce the top of the range. So D-Money, I generally don't understand how you're able to make money in this market with all this chop. It's really impressive. I've been losing for a month now. Yeah, Nicola, but that's why, you know, some people get upset when they see me taking 30 points, 20 points, 40-point trades instead of holding it. They get upset about it, right? They don't get it that you're basically stacking based off the movement that's kind of happening, because a lot of these moves have been kind of reversed, right? Because it's choppy. So I don't know, right? To each his own, but I think it's smart. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion, chat, with stacking winners, right? And you guys have seen that we haven't taken I think a single. If we did, it might have been like one 10-point profit trade. The rest of the trades have been over 30 points for the most part. I mean, you guys have seen that, right? So if you're not content with that, you know, I don't know what else to say. And that's why people right? Because you get chopped enough times, chat, you're gonna understand it, right? And that's why, you know, and we're pushing here, chat. 30,000, you gotta kind of add that to the cards now. Clearly 30,000 is the level that they're gonna make an attempt to get to at this point, or higher. So remember, we talked pre-market open in regards to kind of like the highs, 4-hour chart. Look at this 4-hour candle now, guys. Bullish pin bar. So 30,100 would be the level. Kind of get up there. If we break that, you're looking at this level up here. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Right, so that would put you basically like 30,300. So if the momentum continues to the upside, so, but I think 30,000, obviously they're trying to make an attempt to kind of tag that. Keep in mind, chat, yesterday's daily candle high, 29,993. So, right, that is very close. We just made an attempt up there towards 987.5. So you would have to think that they at least make a solid push and tag 30, and that's just typical in Q, chat, where, you know, kind of consolidate, felt super bullish at the open, they pulled this thing all the way down, you got the Trump news that came out, and then all of a sudden we're sitting right back where we basically started, right? Isn't that funny how that kind of works? News candle and all, we're still somehow sitting right below 30,000. $30K is now on deck, people. Oh yeah, without a doubt. I mean, that's what we're literally, I mean, you gotta add that to the cards. Got a few seconds left. The 30-minute candle is getting ready to close, chat. It's super bullish. I mean, look at this 30-minute candle. Kind of like the news candle reaction. 200 points, 207 points, total candle range. 30K is the psychological number that you would think gets tagged here. Maybe a pullback, form some kind of bottom wick or something, and then they push this thing up. Do you think a long will be premature at this point, Nick? Yeah. I mean, so you had a breakout here. You would probably love some kind of retracement down before going higher, but you might not get it, right? You might just get a, in my opinion, you would love a retracement down, but you might not get that. You look at the 5 minute, we've been pumping, basically we pumped over 200 points with no red candle so far on the 5 minute chart. So you would love some kind of higher low probably being established before you get the continuation, in my opinion, right? So, and that's kind of what's happening now. It looks like, right? It's trying to form. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. So trying to get, we had on stream yesterday, we had quite a few. We had 1,600 plus likes for the morning show, chat. So if you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. We got 3,300 people still rocking out here. We were well over 4,000 at peak. Make no mistake about it. So we got 1,300 likes right now. So we've had a ton of we've had quite a few winning trades here, guys. A few losers as well. So don't want to feel like I'm cherry picking and only talking about the winning trades. We've had probably 2 or 3 losing trades. Right, I had a 10-point loser and a couple other chop trades that the momentum kind of died out. That's just what it is. But now you're kind of looking, because you got a bottom wick that now this looks like that. Here comes the 30,000 push, right, as a possibility. You got a bottom wick that was put in, and is that enough to kind of take us higher now towards 30,000, chat? Because you kind of retest it down here already, right? So you would think that you're like, okay, well, hey, that should be is that enough to kind of break the daily candle level? So that 993.5, chat, that is the daily candle level from yesterday, the high of yesterday's daily candle, right? So you're looking to see if they can kind of pop above it. They're definitely trying. $15-minute candle as well, right? You got that bottom wick. Just need to be a little cautious here, chat, that you're kind of sitting right below that kind of daily level. The problem is, you know, you don't know if nothing's guaranteed in trading. So you don't know if it's gonna pop now or do they pop that thing later, right? So you don't really know. You just kind of know where we're sitting, that we're kind of right below it. You got a bottom wick already on the 5-minute chart, and you're kind of looking to see if that was enough to kind of springboard this thing to a new high, or do they pull it all the way back and kind of yoke some people up here? The longer it takes, that's not great news for the bulls, right? Because you're kind of questioning, like, why is it taking so long? So just be aware of that, chat, that it's taking a bit long to kind of make that move right now. So you got 25 seconds left. Might get a deeper pullback. Will we get to see the new all-time high of NQ today? I don't know. Funny thing is that candle closed bullish after all that, chat, right? Closed bullish. So do they push it down? It's always dangerous up here, chat. When you get these breakouts, it's always dangerous to kind of get long up here, to be honest. The only good thing is that you have a measured stop, because a measured stop in this scenario would actually be the low of the previous candle, 5-minute chart, right? Because if it pops that low, you don't want to be long anymore. So you would be trying to probably anticipate that we get, you know, some kind of reaction off of the low and we just swiped it, right? So we're probably gonna have a lower low or a lower high kind of formation now. So no long for me, guys. I don't see a long yet, right? Because we just we couldn't hold that low at the moment. Now if they pop it back up and they start kind of pushing, then that's a different scenario. I think you kind of let this thing play out a little bit. Simple as that. It's Friday, chat. What do you guys got going on for the weekend? Who has weekend plans as we kind of let this thing build out a little bit? Who has something going on for the weekend? Let me know. I don't have my daughter until Monday night. I make no mistake about it. So, World Cup, yeah. I gotta finish my got a couple things on the agenda, guys. I got some errands and stuff I gotta run this weekend. Got quite a few things to kind of take care of. Gotta get a fade. Gotta hit up Miguel as well. So I got quite a few things to kind of take care of this weekend, chat, to be honest. So painting my camper. Okay. Weekend with the boys. Did I get to CL 53? No, I did not. Not yet, anyway. Watching UFC. I saw a white one the other day. I was driving, picking up. I was actually going home with my daughter. Picked her up from daycare, and I saw a white one. Cooking sausages. Andrew. So Andrew, buddy. Yeah, we're going to give you a timeout, sir, for saying that you're going to be cooking some sausages around. Nobody wants to hear that, sir. TMI. So enjoy the 1 minute timeout. Come on back in about 60 seconds and think differently about life, sir, because we don't need to know that. So unreal, chat. Like we need to know what he's like. Come on, man. Somebody said shopping with Denny. Overall shopping with Denny. Oh, okay. Well, Brave Day, enjoy. Don't ask if you don't want to know. Well, I did want to know that. That's for sure. Gonna study trading more and open up the job applications. Oh, well, yeah. There's nothing more. There's nothing wrong with that. So. Somebody, man. The chat to the comment to the chat, man, are crazy sometimes. Instead of Prom 112, try Dirty French. Yeah, I know about Dirty French because the owner of I think doesn't the owner of Carbone own Dirty French? I told you DMONEY's a foodie, chat. You're not gonna catch me off guard with the restaurants, trust me. You get some rejection here. Bears are stepping in, chat, to the downside, right? So possibly back to like 921 or lower. There it is, right? So getting a bit of a bearish reaction right back down. Pretty strong reaction from the Bears. 983 down to 913 or so. NQ_BBL. Did Denny ever take me to Prime 112? Yeah, we actually went. We went already. We posted that on X. So Denny came through with his was true to his word. So you go to Prime 112 and then the guy comes out like this. I don't get that. So but got a pick here somewhere. This was an AI pick somebody sent me, guys. Talk about Prime 112. Oh man. All right, let's see what happens here. Do we get more selling pressure or do they kind of yoke us back the opposite direction off that 14 EMA? I think you got to be careful here, chat. Might be a bounce kind of coming, right? Let's see how this 5-minute candle kind of plays out. I think if we stay above the 14, there could be a bounce coming, right? So if this candle kind of, basically, this is the first time back to the 14 EMA after that crazy pump, right? It needs to hold it for longs, right? And they have not. So that is invalid now. It'd be funny if they kind of push us all the way back down, guys. What if the wick fill's coming now, chat? Wouldn't that be crazy? Back down to 673. Quite a dump, right? Off the reaction, 983 down. Kind of rolling over. Thanks for the free Chipotle. I guess. Yeah. Look, it's looking like they're going to retrace this whole kind of bullish move, guys. And we're headed to the bottom of the range. Look out to the downside. 798, right? And I think they kind of make an attempt. The thing that sucks is if you didn't get short up here, you're kind of, right? You're just kind of getting in. You don't know how deep the retracement is going to be back up before going lower. But obviously the bears are back in control. So you got to love that. So this candle closes out. You know, the good news is we know that you're ultimately probably targeting this bottom wick. So, I mean, you still got 160 points, chat. So might be some time still, right? If the short thesis kind of prints or kind of continues the way that it's looking, right? Maybe a push up on the next candle, 890 or so, and then sell back off towards 800. Yo, D, I'm going to the trading demo academy. It takes 2 years to graduate and then trade real money. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest. I think you're gonna waste 2 years. I think you need to buy some evals, some cheap evals. You can get a 5-pack of Apex accounts, trailing accounts for $95. And I think you trade those, even if you trade them individually, right? Because at least you got skin in the game and you put money on the line, so to speak, from an eval cost standpoint, right? You trade demo for 2 years. What are you really getting there? You're not trading real money. So, right, you got no skin in the game. Maybe you pay them to go there or something, but I think that's a waste of time. So we trade every day for free on YouTube. So, you know, is that really going to help you? I don't know your specific situation. I'm not a financial advisor or anything, so you make that decision. But I'm just being honest with you. I used to, and the reason why, all right, so you're looking for a potential short here, guys, on the next 5-minute candle. If it kind of, you would love it to push up a little bit to like 900 and then sell back off, right, to the downside. It's super frustrating when it doesn't give you the retracement, chat, at the open of the candle. Like, because you get in short here and it pushes back up for the retracement, right? 90% of the time. So when you don't get in, it flushes right away. You gotta love that, chat. So frustrating. But either way, I think the shorts are the move here, guys. You might have to try to join the party here because it's not kind of retracing, right? So you're looking for a break of 835, chat. You know, you can be patient, kind of wait, see if the wick kind of forms, top wick forms, and then you get the move to the downside. But wouldn't be looking for longs, I think, unless we break, I think 920 or so, then I think the long, you know, you would have to be kind of acknowledging that we were able to break that previous candle high. Somebody said definitely long. I mean, it could be a higher low. But see, the way that I trade, I don't just get long here because you're basically guaranteeing that it's a higher low, right? Compared to this low down here, but you don't necessarily know that yet. You know, I would love for, and that's just based on how I trade, right? You can do whatever you want. Obviously, it's your accounts. But you get long down here automatically, and then all of a sudden it rejects and starts taking out these lows, and then you're kind of stuck holding the bag, right? Versus like waiting for more confirmation, because there's more room to the upside, chat, right? In my opinion, because you know if we break this high, you're probably going to head back up here. So you got about 80 points. So is it really worth kind of trying to get long right away? I don't know. To some people it is. So everybody trades differently. So we'll see. And you know, you got to do what works for you. So that's what I always say, guys. I don't knock anybody's like trading kind of style or whatever, because if it works for you, it works for you. All right. I mean, it's not my accounts. You do what you want. This is the 1 hour candle, kind of swiped that previous candle's high already. 30-minute candle as a bottom wick that's put in. So who's going to win this battle? Bulls or the Bears? DMONEY proves he is consistent, and that's what you want. Yeah, that's all you can, you know. What worked for me may not work for the next person. You know, in your trading style may not work for me. That's just what it is, Chad, and that's okay, right? That's why it's always funny when people like try to tell you certain things in the chat. It's like, well, you trade how you trade. I trade how I trade. That's it. I'd be long on a retracement with the higher low. I mean, the Bulls are fighting. They're not giving up the battle here. You reclaim the 14 EMA. That's concerning for the Bears, right? If you kind of close above that 14. I think you would love a close below above the 14, right? For the bullish like kind of thesis, guys. You just pop that previous candle's high, which remember the push from earlier. It's kind of like the same thought process, chat. You reclaim the 14 EMA, you pop the previous candle's high, and you get continuation up. That's bullish, right? So if we can't close above the 14, and we can't, I think you need to get back above 923, right? Get back above 923 on the next candle. I think that's a bullish kind of thesis to go higher. And that was a strong kind of candle closure on the 5-minute chart as well, right? Kind of like a strong reactionary statement from the bulls, kind of stepping back in after that selling pressure kind of creeped into the market. So but it's see, you got to have some kind of thought process going into trading, chat, like taking these setups like invalidation points, Stop loss kind of placement, where would you put it, right? That's all things that are important. It doesn't mean that you're going to be right on every kind of setup, but at least you know, like, where there could be possibly some invalidation points, etc., right? So that's all you can do, because you don't control the market. So you can't just be willy-nilly, in my opinion, right? You need to have some kind of, hey, you know, I'm looking for longs if this happens. I'm looking for shorts if this happens, right? Or if this level holds, or if that level breaks, whatever it is. Yo, D, let's be honest. Do you really like PW? Make no mistake about it. Why would I not like PW? He gave me an opportunity that like to be here. Why would I not like PW? I consider PW, obviously PW, I said this all the time, chat. Obviously PW is the boss, right? But I also consider him a friend. So why would I not like, what? Come on, man. It's crazy, chat. Hey, this is a great show. Good job. Hey, Quinn, I appreciate the kind words. I definitely try, chat. I'm not perfect, so we got things I got to work on just like every other trader, but I definitely try. I'll tell you that. So, where are these questions coming from? Yeah, I told you. It's like I don't know. I don't know what's going on today, but it is what it is. So, right now the Bulls are kind of winning the battle, chat, right at the 14. So I think you might get a continuation pop here to the upside. Kind of waiting to see how this plays. Looking like there's some strength here, guys, for a pop towards the top of the box again, 970. See, that for me looks really good now for longs, right? Able to kind of pop those highs. Could be targeting back towards like 970 or so. If it needs to hold though, right? It needs to hold these levels. You don't want to stall out here, chat. Right? You don't want to stall out. You would expect this thing to kind of rocket ship up. If it stalls out and starts all of a sudden kind of getting bearish and rolling over, then that's not great, right? That was just a fake out to kind of go lower. Maybe they lose the 14 EMA. So you would expect like a continuation pop here towards the top of the box, guys. I got the box mapped out, so you know that 970 is the high. That's where you would be kind of targeting. Got about 30 seconds left on this candle. I think the bazooka comes in here and sends us to the abyss. Kind of similar to the trade setup that we kind of talked through earlier, right? If they kind of continue this kind of momentum push. All right, new 5-minute candle. Do the Bulls win the battle here, chat? Kind of take us higher, or do we kind of sell back off? That's the question. One-hour candle is gonna close in less than 5 minutes, and you're kind of watching now to see who wins this battle. We know the previous 1 hour we know that the previous candle was bearish, this candle's bullish, so you're kind of watching to see if you get a pop or if you get a retracement kind of going into the close of the higher time frame candle. Can go either way. There it is. Yeah, a small pop there. Probably retrace the whole move now, right? Because it's going into the close. And that's it, right back down. So kind of having a bit of a hard time here, guys. But you had the kind of like the retracement off 921 up to 942 for about 20 points, right? We'll see how this 1 hour candle kind of closes. It's having a bit of a hard time. I mean, you got a few minutes left and they could easily bazooka this thing, I think, up, right? They could just be kind of stalling it right now, and then all of a sudden they push it higher. We've seen that multiple times with NQ. We know the trickery that NQ loves to kind of create. So it's not really, you can't really get short, right, off of the reaction that you've had so far. I think if you roll over and you get back below the 14, that is not great news for the short-term kind of push, right? This would almost be like high up here. See how you got the shoulder, another shoulder, and then, right? So you're kind of watching that, guys. Kind of see how this plays. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left. NQ loves to kind of wait a lot of times until the last kind of, you got to kind of figure out. A lot of times they like to wait until the last like few minutes of the candle before kind of giving you the move in the desired direction, chat. So if you keep notice of that, you will see that a lot of times price will retrace like that first couple minutes of the 5 minute candle, and then it'll like expand kind of going into the last minute or so if they're gonna go bullish, right? A lot of times. So it's always kind of funny when you start kind of picking up on stuff like that, but that does happen quite often. So I don't know if that's going to happen now. We got to wait and find out. So we're coming up on that 12 o'clock hour, chat. If you haven't already, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know what to do. You got Denny Dollars coming up here at 2 o'clock. He will be in the building, and we will be rocking out. And there's the push right back up. And that's what we kind of talked about, chat. You see how funny that is? Look how much time is left on the candle, right? Just enough time to kind of fake people out. Make them kind of sweat a little bit. And then you get the expansion. And keep in mind, these highs up here at 989, that would be like I think the level that they're going to probably try to push, guys. Here's a new 1 hour candle just shooting straight up. You got to love that. Straight up on the new 1 hour candle. No kind of retracement down. Wonder if we can catch some of this kind of push, guys, right? I'm going to try a quick long, see if we can get like 10 points. There it is. Trying to see if we can get a pop up here, guys. Had 10 points. All right, there's 10 points, chat. Probably going to take that because it'll probably end up pulling back. We're in the first few minutes of the higher time frame candle, but just wanted some kind of push. All right, there's 15 points for the win. We will take that. That is correct, Amando. So, hey, if you took the long, you got paid. If you faded, you probably got slayed. Use the code PW. There it is. Got to talk you through that. We saw the 1 hour candle kind of opening up and starting to get bullish. Just hopped in to kind of join the party there. So, why not? Drop the W's in the chat if you took the long. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you know what to do. We just out here trying to make a little monies. So you got basically, I mean, you can kind of see how this, right? This is playing, chat. We, you know, they kind of hesitated on that last 5-minute candle. The funny thing is we kind of talked through this, how that candle, right? How they like to wait until like the last minute or so. And sure enough, right at the last 30 seconds of the candle, they pushed that thing bullish. So how funny is that, chat? Do you use break evens? Yeah, you can. I mean, if price is in momentum though, I mean, you're literally, you can always, I mean, you can technically go in and do bracket orders if you're not copy trading, right? You can go in and kind of preset your setups and kind of adjust it as necessary. So it just depends on what you're trying to do. I think 30,000, obviously we know, chat, they're trying to get to 30,000 plus. We can kind of see that now. We've had the news scandal and all that did not kind of stop the party because, you know, we just hit 982. So how funny is that? Afternoon session, do we continue higher? Kind of getting up to this box that we got mapped out already, right? Puts us at 30,000. If we get up here, if we break that level, then we're more than likely headed to maybe 30,100 or so. So, and then we got more levels up here that we mapped out, chat. So we'll have to kind of see how this plays out. But clearly, they are not slowing down from a bullish standpoint. So, but you see what I mean, chat, when I said that you had time to get long if it held the EMA, right? Because if it's a bullish move, you see how we close above, we pop the previous candle's high. That is a kind of like that's a bullish closure, right, on this 5-minute candle. So you see how you had time to kind of get long, and that's what I meant, right? That there was time to still get long if the move was to the upside. So that's why I like to wait, because if you just get long now, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, yeah, you got paid if you got long down here, but there's also there was also a chance that they wanted lower lows before going higher. So that's just how I trade it, right? Everybody trades differently. If you got long down here at 850, congrats, right? I mean, that's a heck of an entry. I mean, if you got long here and you put your stop at 835, that's great risk reward. You risk like 15 points and you're able to kind of ride it up. So either way. Do we dig into the 30-minute previous candle wick at some point, since no wick on the bottom of this candle, the rich girl? Yeah, so the thing is, possibly, I don't know, right? I don't know if that's going to happen or not. I mean, I ideally, hopefully you were long already and you took some of that profit. And then maybe, you know, if you're going to let it ride, maybe, you know, hopefully you're at break even, or, you know, it's a risk-free trade, if that makes any sense, because there is a possibility that we pull back. Maybe we tap 30,000 or something and pull back. The last time we were up here, it looked like we were going to hit 30K and we pull right back to the downside, guys. So just be mindful of that, right? That we got up to 29,991.5 and then we had a pullback. And the funny thing is, it's happening again right now, and it looks like an equal high. So, or right at it, right? That's pretty close to equal high. It's like it's a 1.5. So we definitely need to break this level, right? We need to break the 990 level. And I think if we do that, we're headed probably to 30,100 plus. So let's see how this plays. But yeah, they might want to dig into that wick. You know, you don't know. You're just kind of letting price action kind of dictate, you know, the movement here. And you're trying to join the party because the 1 hour chart does not have that bottom wick. But we're still early in the candle as well. Right, we're super early, so we know how that works. It could easily have a retracement. Gotta wait and find out. Yeah, we'll be rocking out, chat, till 12:30. You just had another winning trade. I mean, you've had a ton of opportunity here to capitalize, right? So we've had you know, a few losers, only a few to be honest, right? So, but we've had quite a few winning trades here. So I don't know the count. Somebody in the chat will probably say it. I don't know, but I know we've had probably at least 30 or at least three minimum, probably 35 point winners. And then you've had basically quite a few other trades. Did you have a psychological problem? That's why you go for 10 points. Where have you been the whole stream? We've had 3 trades minimum that were 35 points. Like, are you kidding me right now? I think we've had literally 1 trade today that was a 10-point winner. We've had 3 or 4. It's like crazy, chat, right? We've had at least 3, maybe 4 trades that were 35 points minimum. And the chat will tell you. So if you're new to the stream, the chat's gonna call you out if you're lying, right? The chat's gonna tell. They're gonna call a cap on that. So, but it's like crazy that let's check his. But let's do this, chat. Let's check his activity because maybe he's a hater from another channel or something, right? Does he have any other activity here? Yeah, I mean he's had some like I don't know what's going on here. So Cruz Anthony, man, you got to be careful, buddy. You'll probably end up getting kicked out at some point because I saw some of your comments, not even towards me. And I'm telling you right now, you need to trend carefully, sir, or you might be coming back under another user ID. I just saw some of your comments there, so. It's crazy, man. We talked about the 10-point when it's time to take 10-point trades or 15-point trades. If the market's choppy, chat, I don't have an issue taking 10, 15 points, but clearly we have not. We were able to capitalize on quite a few here. So do a poll whether or not to kick them out. I know, right? It's crazy. Some good plays up and down today. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, see, but that's what you got to realize, chat, when you're a streamer. Even if you have like really good trades, there's always going to be somebody that they have something to say, right? Try to rage bait you, or maybe a hater or whatever, right? That's just how it is, chat. He probably heard you say there's 10 points for free to take profit, but you hold the trade longer than that. Yeah, exactly. I I mean, if I had a 10-point trade today, guys, it probably was literally one trade, right? That's the funny part. I've literally I had a trade that was 10 points, and I actually ended up taking a losing trade because I didn't close it at 10 points. You guys saw that. That's the funny part. Like, I literally got chopped because I did take a 10-point winner. So that's the funny part that he's saying that. But we'll like I said, DMONEY has a really good memory, chat. So if I see it pop up from him again or something crazy, we'll kick him out. So you did good, bro. Thanks. I'm up 10K. Hey, congrats. I don't understand why people are acting like buttholes. They do nothing but ruin it for us. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, you know, they're not going to ruin it for the rest of the chat. They'll just be under VIP. They'll have to come back under another user ID. That's all. But, I mean, that's just how it is, chat, right? I'm not going to let it. At the end of the day, am I going to let that ruin my day? No. And because there's everybody in the chat knows that that's cap, right? So it is what it is. I'm not concerned. You can go back and rewatch the stream and you know. DMONEY, I apologize for my future transgressions. Oh man. But either way, chat, we got Denny Dollars. He's coming up with me today at 2 o'clock. Same schedule as yesterday, chat. We got you covered. Don't you worry. So I'll be rocking out with you guys till 12:30. Come back 2 to 4 with Denny Dollars. I'm trying to find. Every time I think we will bust through 30K, it drops. 344 contracts up there. Yeah, I wouldn't be. So just a word of advice, chat. You do what you want with your accounts. I would not be trying to get long up here. Right? I think you're better off waiting for a breakout above 30,000 and then maybe a retracement down and then try to play it as a continuation, right? And the only reason why is because we rejected here the last time we were up here, chat. Excuse me. I hate when I move my levels. It's like so annoying, chat. Like when you do that. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but it's like, so there's like little small like things that you do like on the chart that pisses you off, just like any other like thing, right? Like a job or something. It's like crazy. But like we rejected this level before, chat, right? So I'm not trying to get long up here. The long was down here. We kind of talked through that. We actually had a 20-point trade or so, right? Kind of riding this thing up. Or 15 point, sorry, right? We had a 15-point winner kind of riding it up, but this is not the buy zone for me, guys. The buy zone was down here. This could be a rejection zone. If it breaks it, so be it, right? But the problem is you don't know what if it breaks it and pulls back on you, because that happens as well. So I'm not looking to get long up here. I'll be looking to get long either on a breakout and a retracement to go higher, right? So kind of like a break, pull back, continuation higher, if that makes any sense. So but either way, chat, I mean, I think really good session, right? So I know that some people probably got chopped on that Trump kind of like related news. We had a 25-point winning trade, and then you had the kind of Trump release that came out. If you didn't TP, unfortunately, you probably got chopped. It actually stopped me out. I got lucky on that I had to take profit in, right? Because it literally kicked me out in profit for 25 points and then, or a little bit over 25 points and then pull back. So, But I you know, overall, I mean, I think I've kind of tried to talk through what I was looking for with momentum. Obviously, we had a lot of that today with the ORB kind of trades playing out for this session. Hopefully this afternoon, because yesterday's 2 to 4 session, I mean, I think I had 3 trades, 2 winners and 1 loser. Right? We didn't have great price action. We didn't have great follow through yesterday, chat. So I'm hoping today in the afternoon we get some good follow through. Kind of flip through accounts, right? The last trade I took was right at 15 points. So nothing crazy here, guys. Right, got the 3 accounts up here. That last trade I just took on another account, right, for 15 points there. So it is what it is. We'll see what we can get this afternoon. So there's your break. We're finally breaking out above 30,000, chat. So now that's fine, right? You wanted to let the, you know, my opinion, you let this 5-minute candle close. You see if it's able to hold that 30,000 level. But that 30,000 box got hit. So, and I know that is it Henrietta? I'm probably gonna mess up her name. She was like frustrated because she was trying to play the breakout of 30,000 and now it breaks out, right? Don't you love when that happens? That's how it is. Yep. So there's the break. Yeah, Henrietta. Yeah. You guys think D-Money doesn't have a good memory, but make no mistake about it. D-Money does. So there it is. But yeah, you got to break out there. So now you're kind of waiting, I think, right, for a retracement down and maybe a continuation play. D-Money, the way you can read and explain price action has turned me from blowing accounts to actually making profit more consistently. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, but I don't hit buy or sell for you. So congrats. You did all the work. So at what point are you looking for long for the pullback? What price? Yeah, I mean, you gotta let this candle close though, right? That's the problem, Tim. Like, you don't know yet until this candle kind of closes out. But in theory, you would love for this, as an example, say it closes right here though, right? Like at 30,013. You probably want to pull back to, like, you know, right at 30,000, kind of hold up. You can put your stop below this current candle's low, like 982 or so, 980, and then you're trying to ride it for more upside, right? But you definitely want to wait, in my opinion, because we've seen this plenty of times, guys. Everybody was kind of eyeing that 30,000 level, and you would love to see if it holds up or do we get a pullback, right? Because you're kind of up against this right here, to be honest. So you can kind of see it if you kind of map this out. Right, you're up against basically the July 6th candle that put in a high, 30,052, and then sold right back down, right? So this is definitely an area that you need to be kind of cautious in, but you're waiting to see if we get a pullback. But it is bullish, right? We kind of broke out. We finally took us until after 12 o'clock, chat. We felt that we were looking like we were going to break it up here. Think about that. Think about it, chat. It's funny, right? So 10 o'clock, we thought we were going to kind of break that 30,000 level. Then you had the Trump news that came out, took us back all the way down to 29,675. And then now we finally broke out a bit to the upside. So this candle's closing bullish. You would love the next candle to kind of push down, guys, form some kind of bottom wick, maybe off 30,000 or so, and then expand higher, you know. And will you get that? We don't know, right? You have no control over that. But, you know, if you're trying to manage your risks, you're kind of thinking that, you know, the low of this previous candle does not get taken out, chat. Right? So 982, you don't want that to get taken. And I know that that's basically like a 40-point stop. That's why you would want the bottom wick to kind of form out deeper, right? Closer to 30,000. So you only got like a 20-point stop and you're trying to ride it. That's how I trade, right? You're trying to measure it out. So because a lot of times you tag that psychological number, you will get a pullback, right? A lot of times. Doesn't happen all the time, but a lot of times you will. So Operation Green Day, what up? Hey, what up? How are you? Can anybody answer this, please? The pack of 5 50K accounts, Apex end of day is 225. Do I have to pay the activation fee after passing? Yeah. That's not activation included, not for 225. So if you do end of day 50K account, let me pull it up for you. I'll tell you right now. All right. So if you want a 5-pack of the 50K end of day accounts, with activation included, because it sounds like that's what you're saying, right? You want activation included. Yeah, you're the one that you're looking at is no activation included. That's just a regular. Hold on for a second. Actually, it logged me out. So. That's gonna be like $4.95. $4.95 for the 5-pack, activation included. That is correct, Demondo. So, yep, $4.95 for activation included is what you would be looking at for end of day drawdown 5-pack. So, I mean, you're talking basically all in $99 per account. So you got Apex right now, guys, 90% off using the code PW. You can get a 5-pack trailing account, trailing 5-pack account, 50K for $19 per account, $95 total. Activation is actually only $59, chat, for the trailing accounts. So there it is. If you haven't already, guys, do me a solid, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, you know the vibes. Got a few minutes here, just kind of wrapping up here, and then we'll be back at 2 o'clock. Overall, though, pretty good session, chat, right? I think we're lucky enough to get some decent kind of momentum price action, and make no mistake about it, you know, DMONEY's going to try to capitalize on that. Hopefully this afternoon, though, like I said earlier, will be more fruitful from a price action standpoint. So Tim, you see what I was saying, right? So you got that pullback to 30,000, and then you just push back up, right? That's like the ideal. You had about 20 points. We literally kind of talked through that it actually played. So that's crazy, right? But that's because at least you can, you had some kind of stop where you can place it. That's the thing, right? So because if you just got long up here at, on the close of the candle, which I'm sure some people did, hoping that price would just kind of expand higher, then, where's your stop? worth trying to reset and actually try hard to pass. Oh yeah, I mean, especially the trail. Some people don't like the trailing accounts, chat. I don't mind the trailing drawdown accounts because my trading style, I don't have an issue taking profit off the table, right? If you have an issue taking profit off the table, chat, you have an issue with trailing accounts because you're up $500 as an example, and you don't take it off the table, and then all of a sudden price pulls back and you're break even. Well, you lost $500 of drawdown, right? But D-Money doesn't have an issue taking profit off the table. So, right, because that's the only way that you're technically, a losing trade is a losing trade, whether end of day drawdown or trailing drawdown. It's your profit, right? That's the, you're not taking profit off. That's going to impact you with the trailing drawdown accounts. But on Apex, once you're above on the 50K account, chat, once you hit $2,100 in that account, the trailing drawdown cuts off anyway. So it's a cheaper route and it cuts off at $2,100 anyway. So that's just everybody has a difference, guys. You do what you want, but some people can't stand trailing drawdown accounts. So I understand. Yeah, exactly. On the PA, yeah. Once you're funded. So it's once you're funded, guys. The trailing does not cut off at any point in the evaluation stage. But there is no daily loss limit on the trailing drawdown account in the evaluation stage. Right? So, but I mean it's funny how that 30,000 level was the entry, chat, right, for the longs. I mean, you literally could have played that. Like I said, sometimes the commentary is gold, chat, where you're able to kind of, if you listen to, that's why it's always funny when people are like saying like, right, you've already called out, I don't know how many trades we've had a ton of trades here, but you'll get somebody that comes in and they're like, oh, when's the next setup? Right, they're like pissed off, like, oh, stop talking, when's the next setup? If you listen to the commentary, a lot of times you get paid. D, why didn't you say we should buy at 30K? I know, right? It's crazy. Somebody's gonna say that though. That's the thing. That's the funny thing, chat. Right? We're not talking about something in hindsight, but it's to each his own, right? To each his own. But somebody will come in here and say something crazy, like, it's crazy, chat, but it is what it is. Punch out. It doesn't count unless you push the buttons for us. Yeah, right? I mean, that's pretty much what it is. It's crazy. It's sort of been a larger consolidation, though. Not sure if it wants to push down out of it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not concerned either way. I mean, I was just kind of given a scenario. Tim proposed a question in regards to like what I thought would be an ideal pullback before getting long, and that was the answer, right? 30K. So what it does now, who knows, right? But if you took that long, you got paid. And you got to be smart, chat. We had a lot of consolidation. We just basically, everybody was waiting for that wick fill down here, and the market said no sorry Bob, right? We're gonna go higher. Push up, 2 candle pattern bearish here. After that Trump, right? You had to push up, 2 candle pattern bearish, and then push right back up off the EMAs to get long. So that's literally what they did. So, is it going to continue? Maybe to the upside, right? That's a high probability that they want higher at this point. They've kind of, bulls have proven that party's not over as of yet. So we'll have to see how this plays. I'm interested to see where we're kind of sitting at 2 o'clock, chat. This is kind of like this was a rejection area before, so you need to be kind of cautious of that. So I'm curious to see where we're kind of sitting at 2 o'clock. Do we expand above this level and kind of get up here towards 30,080 or so? So that remains to be seen. Shout out to Edward. He said he went long on that break and retest at 30K. Let's go. Looks like for 20 points. Absolute banger today, D-Money. I mean, wow. Hey, I appreciate the kind words, Brave Day. So we'll see what else we can get. I hope this afternoon is not like yesterday, chat, right? We had a bunch of chop and all that. So I hope that this afternoon it is Friday, right? So hopefully we'll get maybe some kind of volatility. You know, it would be funny if they flush us. We'll probably do a poll at the beginning of the stream. Like, do they flush us kind of going into the close, back down because of the war kind of news that came out today? Wouldn't that be funny, chat? They flush it back down. I don't know what's going to happen, but, it would be kind of funny, though, if they kind of flush us down. So we're going to call it here, guys. On the way out, if you haven't already, do me a solid. Hit the like button. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. I'll be rocking out here with Denny Dollars. Makes you holler. So I'm going to figure out the lunch option here real quick, and then we got you covered at 2 o'clock. So on the way out, guys, if you haven't already, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, what are you doing? We rock out Monday through Friday, just trying to make a little money. So we will be back. Curious to see if Denny has decided to embrace the overalls. I was waiting for him to come in yesterday with the overalls, chat, and he let me down. So hopefully today he comes in rocking the overalls, chat. I'm very hopeful of that, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. So we will see. Enjoy your corn dogs. Yeah, enjoy the timeout. Loki, or actually not Loki, sorry. Who was that? Woods, we're gonna give you a timeout. So there it is. You won't be able to come back until the start of the next show. So we'll make sure of that. So we'll give you a 30-minute timeout. Make sure you can't come back until the afternoon show. So there it is. We are gone, chat. I will catch you guys at 2 o'clock. We gone.